this episode of Punks Talk Wrestling, we revel in the news of a new home for Raw and hopefully SmackDown on Netflix. We give our predictions for this year's Royal Rumble and Road to Wresltlemania, and we talk about Hot Pockets. I am RW Hellborn, one half of your Punks Talk Wrestling tag team hosts, hailing quote-unquote from Philly! And always virtually by my side, 3,500 miles away in London, England. He is my tag team podcast partner. He is a grumpy git, a sleepy sod, a coffin cock, and still the proper prick, CJ Newman.
Did you know?
So I always thought you weren't there for a second. I thought you passed out from that.
Did you know that today, during WWE's stock exchange bell ringing bullshit, as the guy from the UK, I don't get it. I just don't understand it.
As a guy from America, I just don't get it either.
All right. From that thing today, they had all the guys up on the stage, you know, all the I don't know, what the fuck do you call them? Board of directors, whoever they are, all the people that are involved with the WWE.
All the suits and ties.
All the shareholders. Obviously, Triple H is there and stuff, but you know what the biggest news to come out today was?
What's that?
Well, did you know that Vince McMahon has shaved off his mustache?
No!
It's oh god, I'm coughing. It's gone. He shaved it off. Rest in peace. Moment of silence. I think that did you know? I think I killed him. I think he's gone. I don't know where he's gone. I guess it's just me now. See, and I don't know if that's crying, if that's laughing. It could be either at this point.
I think it's a little bit of both. I gotta pour one out for Vince's mustache. Why?
Yeah, it's gone, man. Well, do you want to know my prediction? My prediction though, not my prediction. My theory is, while he was getting all the bad press, he thought, well, if I grow a tash, everyone will think that I'm a different person, so therefore they won't think I'm Vince McMahon.
Oh, dude, he literally did go the evil villain route of.
Did you ever watch Wacky Races when you were a kid?
I know, because I don't know what that is.
It's a kids TV show. Literally, it's from the 70s. It's not like a new one. It's like a 70s cartoon. But in that, there was a villain called Dastardly, and he had a dog as well called Muttley. Vince looked.
Oh wait, I have seen that.
Yeah, Dastardly and Muttley. Vince looked like Dastardly.
Yes, he did. Yes, he very much did.
With the fucking jet black hair and the fucking he looked like Dastardly. But yeah, anyway, that was my fact of the day.
Well, there you go. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, mustache.
Yeah,
we hardly knew you, but
that's exactly what I was about to say. Yeah, we hardly
never forget. We'll never forget you.
No,
we will never forget you.
Before we get into anything, and we obviously don't normally cover this kind of stuff on the podcast, but I definitely want to get into it. A couple of massive, huge news stories come out today, and I don't know if you've heard about them.
I heard the one about The Rock.
Oh, you heard the one about The Rock, but not the other one?
Well, I'm not sure which the other one.
Okay,
yeah,
here we go.
I don't know.
So,
okay.
Obviously, yeah. First of all, we got The Rock. He is now on the board of directors for TKO, which is the UFC WWE kind of joint. Along with that, I mean that's crazy. That's big news as it is, but bigger than news than that. And it's if you haven't heard about this, then it's kind of insane.
Oh, it's the other thing. Is the other thing that Netflix has exclusive rights to Raw now?
That's the other thing. So I don't know if you knew this because I only found out because I was looking into it. So that was news. That obviously I think it was rumors at the time. So today it's come out that Netflix have paid $5 billion for the rights to Raw. That's just Raw.
Nice.
The rumor has it that Netflix that they'll be taking on SmackDown as well. Peacock's contract comes up in 1 year, so their contract is up, meaning all the WWE's content would then would then move obviously to Netflix, right? So WWE Raw and SmackDown will now live stream on Netflix, which is a very new thing for Netflix to be delving into.
Netflix doesn't do live streams.
Yeah. They've done a few live streams. They've done as far as I can tell, they've done a few stand-ups, I think, live streams so far, but this would be doing it on a weekly basis. Not only that, this deal is not just limited to the United States of America. This is United States of America, Canada, Latin America, motherfucker, it's the UK. Meaning I will have somewhere to watch Raw and SmackDown every single week. That will be live.
If you want.
And,
if you want,
live if I want, and then on stream forever after that, which is fucking incredible.
Immediately,
Because that's
huge.
It's just like we've been saying now for months. You know, WWE, wrestling as a whole, but I would say just to focus on the WWE for a second, is in, once again, one of its booms. I would say professional wrestling is in one of its booms right now, but WWE,
it really is.
Without a shadow of a doubt, is right now the WWE has never been bigger. Never been bigger, and I mean that in any sense of any decade or any era that they've lived in. It's the biggest it's ever been.
Unequivocally.
Here we are in 2024. We got this crazy deal today with Netflix being announced. We've got WWE on an all-time high. You know, I'm just looking at things now. Apparently, they'll be making $9.6 million every week from Monday Night Raw once they move over to Netflix, which is absolutely insane money coming in for the WWE. And like it's breaking attendance records every week when they do television. They're breaking records when it comes to gates at arenas every time they do a pay-per-view. Every single time a pay-per-view happens, it's the biggest version of that pay-per-view that they've ever done. It's just fucking insane. And it's great that we are about to be on the road to WrestleMania, because it's a WrestleMania that we are going to. It's my first ever WrestleMania, and I'm so glad that I'm going to see a WrestleMania during a massive boom period like this. I was thinking about that earlier today, that I am so lucky that I'm heading to a WrestleMania when wrestling is as big as it is. It feels good.
It really is. This could not have worked out any better for us.
Yeah, big time.
You know, with the success, with the overwhelming success of our top 1% podcast.
That's right.
Going into this year, and there's a lot of things fell into place really, really well like that. And there is so much good to look forward to with this WrestleMania. That
hold on. All right. Let's go ahead of ourselves here. Let's go. I don't know why by the way, my microphone just popped the fuck off there. I was so loud on my GarageBand. I have no idea why. But yeah, so you might have to turn me down for that little bit during the editing if you do.
That's fine.
So let's get into the card real quick. There's only 4 matches as of
so far, right? There's no,
and I don't see. They may add one here and there, but here we go. First match that we got billed here is Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens for the United States Championship. So,
great build up.
Yeah, it's been fun. I'm all here. I'm still all here for Logan Paul being involved in the WWE. I think it's smart and it works.
I think it's once again. I love when the WWE does something and that I love, and then they do it again, and they're doing it again with Logan Paul, where he won the fucking title, and then he's gone, and then barely ever shows up.
Yeah.
Pissing everybody off
because they know that stuff pisses everyone off. And it's
I
great.
know. There is a part of me that does enjoy certain fans' frustrations with things that I know
it's one of those,
because
it's a wrestling paradox. It's funny because fans can like kayfabe like something and kayfabe not like something. So because the fans have a level of kayfabe too. So he could not like Roman. You can either not like what Roman Reigns is doing, not being on TV all the time, and not actually like it. Like, not kayfabe. You're like, this is driving me nuts. I'm sick of him being champion, not being on TV all the time. Or you could kayfabe not like it, where you're like playing along with not liking it because you're not meant to be liking it.
Exactly.
But the paradox is, if you're not kayfabe, not liking it, you actually don't like it, you're still getting the desired reaction that they want you to get anyway. Yes! So it doesn't matter whether you actually like it or kayfabe don't like it. It just doesn't matter.
They're still getting exactly. They're still getting the desired reaction.
Yeah.
But that also then it blurs the line of, well, everybody's line between how real and how staged they want certain aspects of it.
Yeah.
Gets muddy. It's just like, I mean, it's wild. It's wild.
Yeah.
But I love all that shit. Anyway, point is we're talking about Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens.
Yes, we are. I mean, my prediction straight away goes for Logan Paul to get the win. The way I see it going is like, I definitely think we're going to be heading towards LA Knight versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania, and I think that's where LA Knight's going to get his big title win.
I think, yeah.
Oh, I tell you what, I saved a little something for the podcast. And it isn't as pleasant as your generic raspberry lime from Giant.
This is actually, you know what?
Oh shit!
They didn't have raspberry lime this week, so this is generic wild berry. Seltzer from Giant.
All right, so what I was gonna do, right here, I've got a little treat for myself. So, but I thought I'd do this while I recorded the pod because I thought it would be quite fun. So you hear that? You hear that clicking sound?
I hear clicking.
That's called medicine because I've had a chest infection. So
what? That sucks.
What we got here is Benylin chesty coughs, and I'm gonna take my 2 doses while we're recording.
Nice.
Just as a fair warning, this tastes like absolute shit. So batten down the hatches. Here we go.
So, so by the end of this episode, you'll be drowsier than normal.
God.
Wow, that is a retching response. That's
oh, God damn it! Makes you cough more because it tastes like shit. Oh Jesus fuck! All right, here goes the second one.
Why didn't you just take both of them at once? Jesus Christ.
Okay, we're good.
Oh my God.
Okay,
you could even
I
survive.
couldn't take 2 at once because I only have a teaspoon. You're meant to take 2 teaspoons.
Oh, it's a liquid.
It's a liquid, not a tablet.
Oh, it's a liquid. Oh, I thought they were tablets, and I'm like,
oh no, that's just mixture. But it's like it tastes. I can't even tell you what that tastes like.
Yeah,
it's just straight up chemicals.
It sounds like ass just by your reaction.
Okay.
Oh man.
Boy. All right.
Certainly not as refreshing and crisp as Wild Berry generic seltzer.
Wild Berry, that sounds refreshing.
The second official, the also official generic seltzer of this week's episode of Punk's Talk Wrestling.
Yeah. So back to the card. We agree both on LA Knight Logan Paul winning that match.
Logan Paul. Yeah, I think Kevin Owens doesn't need that championship yet.
Yeah.
Because I think he's got other. I
don't even think Kevin Owens needs the championship. Period. I just think he's fine without one at the moment. I don't know where he goes. I don't know where he would go leading into for WrestleMania. It'd be a shame if he's left off the card, but obviously last year he was like main eventing night one, and the year before he main evented night one with Stone Cold. So it's night, obviously, you know, he has had
it might be a year.
It might be a year. It may be a year off, or just a year where he's not so much in the limelight because he's had a couple of great years, you know. So
so bouncing back and forth between the predictions for Royal Rumble and leading into WrestleMania, I think is probably good for this one in
at
particular.
Least,
but Kevin Owens, I can easily see he might just be a part of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
I could see that.
You know?
I could see that. Even a probable winner for it. And I really
kind
of hope that they
potential winner.
Yeah, I really hope they put that match. I kind of enjoyed that match being on the main card because I think the last couple of years they've done it on Raw, on SmackDown.
They were doing it on SmackDown. I really hope I do really hope they bring that back. To WrestleMania. It deserves to be a WrestleMania match.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think with the amount, you know, with being on two nights, you could definitely just slot it in night one or two. Yeah. I mean, it's no big deal.
I mean, we took away they took away the Money in the Bank ladder match from it used to be a WrestleMania exclusive match.
Exactly. Yeah.
Come on, WWE.
The only
I know you're listening.
Other match that isn't a Royal Rumble match. Obviously, we've got Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton versus AJ Styles versus LA Knight.
Yes, a fatal four-way match.
I think we're gonna agree on the winner of this match.
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns is straight up.
Yep.
No doubt this is going to be an amazing match, but it's going to be Roman Reigns. I mean,
there's going to be high level of infighting. Neither one of those three are going to allow the other to win, and that's the beauty of the fatal four-way stipulation is, you know, they always. I would love to look back at the history of fatal four-ways and triple threats because you know it's always the concept of the champion's got a disadvantage because he doesn't have to be involved in the pinfall, you know. Which is true, but you have so many other people also prepared to break up that pin because they want to win too. Like LA Knight is not going to just sit in the corner and let Randy Orton pin Roman Reigns.
Exactly.
Like they're not going to all three beat down Roman Reigns and then just like rock paper scissors and whoever wins, you know. Oh, I guess rock beats scissors, so I guess you get to pin him. No, that's not how it's going to happen. They will not be able to get over their own egos.
Exactly.
And Roman Reigns and the rest of the bloodline will capitalize on that because in a fatal four-way, there's no rules, there's no disqualifications. You know that the rest of the bloodline is going to bring shenanigans.
Yeah, there's no disqualifications in a fatal four-way match either, so anyone can get involved. I mean, it's definitely, even though we know Roman's going to win, it's definitely going to be one of those matches that has those near falls where you jump out your seat thinking, "Oh my God, they're actually going to have LA Knight win" or something like that. You know?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure
it's going to be great. It's going to be a fucking great match. Such a good match, no doubt.
Each one of them. I will also. As a prediction, I will also say each one of them is going to get a near fall.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They may even get. I would say Randy Orton, at least one of them, Randy Orton or LA Knight will get a near fall on Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
They will definitely get near falls
100%.
on each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least one of them is going to get a near fall on Roman.
Yeah. Moving on from that match, we were moving on to the women's Royal Rumble match. Kind of crazy. 30 women Royal Rumble match. Only 4 people have been announced for that, and that's Bayley, Nia Jax, Becky Lynch, and Bianca Belair. That's it.
Yeah.
No more. So, what you saying? I mean, I think this kind of, obviously, I think, you know what? Both Royal Rumbles this year are actually incredibly hard to predict. I think the men's one has a lot more routes it can go, but I don't know about the women's, to be honest with you.
The women's Rumble is it's a really tough. there's a few people who I could see that I would love to win.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think if they win, I also don't know that they're going to win at WrestleMania. Like, I would love to see Ivy Nile win the Royal Rumble, and I think she's definitely deserving of a win at some point. Maybe not this year, but she's certainly a front runner for me as far as who I'd like to see win.
Well, I think what we're leading to at WrestleMania is going to be Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley. It's undoubtedly the largest match that they could do of that division right now.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean Becky Lynch has to win the Royal Rumble to get there. Same applies for the Men's Rumble, which we'll get to in a minute. But I actually think, potentially, that, and it's quite a out there suggestion, but I think it would be a good deal for her because she's quite over as it is right now, but I think this would give her that extra little push. But I actually think that Raquel Rodriguez, I mean, it's quite a dark horse vote, but the fact that we haven't seen her for quite some time gives me the suggestion that maybe she'd make her kind of, in a way, a return, and maybe go on to win it. That's a complete dark horse prediction. But it's something I'd like to see. And maybe she could go on then to face Io Sky.
Yeah.
Although, that would be... this is my little dark horse prediction, but what I think we're going to have is Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley and Bayley versus Io Sky at WrestleMania. That's my predictions for those. They were definitely putting a lot of weight on the Bayley story, and I wouldn't be opposed to that at all. I wouldn't be. I would love it if Bayley won the Royal Rumble. Yeah, I'm 100. I'm 100% in on Bayley winning. Actually, no, fuck it. That's my prediction. She's waiting for the. What's that? That's it. That's my prediction. That's the prediction. Yeah, Bayley. Bayley's my. That was going to be. It was going to be my prediction. As well. Really? Oh yeah. I mean, you know, I've been I'm a huge Bayley fan. Yeah, I've always been a Bayley fan. I love everything that she's done. Yeah. And just looking through, I'm looking through the WWE. I'm looking through the entire roster of women, and I'm also thinking, like, they're gonna have to bring a bunch. They're gonna have to bring up some NXT superstars for this Rumble. There's yeah. There's not 30 women on the. I don't think there's 30 women on the women's roster. Well, there's two questions I was going to ask from these two Royal Rumble matches. Obviously, one being who do you think is going to win. The second question was going to be if you could slot in any surprise entrants, returns, one-offs. Who would it be? Who would you choose? If there's anyone out there, who I'd love to see return. I don't know if well, Alexa Bliss just had a baby. She's not coming back for a while. But I feel like they're working on bringing Liv Morgan back again. Yeah. I'd love to see Sonya Deville. Sonya Deville would be a great return. Yeah. Like, in-ring return. Man, I'm scrolling through here, and I'm just trying to look at who else. There's a big name that keeps getting mentioned recently. Is obviously. I'm so disappointed Cora Jade is out again. Like, I know, that sucks. I would have loved it. She would have been my front runner of NXT stars to show up in the Rumble. A big name that keeps getting announced. Keeps getting brought up for a one-off appearance is probably AJ Lee. Now that obviously CM Punk is back. Yeah. That could definitely be a huge entrant there. Nothing long term, but maybe just a quick, brief appearance, you know? I certainly would not be surprised if Ava from NXT. Yeah, that's true. That would be good. Showed up. Yeah. I know that I haven't been completely up on all of NXT, but I know they kind of did they just completely drop that whole schism? The tag team, the Grizzled Young Vets or whatever they ended up being called, they got released, so they've left. And that's right. They're kind of repackaging. God damn, I can't remember his name, but the leader of the schism. Yeah.
They needed to.
Gacy. Whatever his
Wayne
name is.
Gacy. They needed to.
They're repackaging him right now, so I guess we'll see where they go with that. Moving on from, so I guess we're both saying Bayley for the women's Royal Rumble match, which is good.
Yeah, both big on the Bayley.
All right, so we're 3-3 on our predictions here, as in matching 3-3. Obviously, last match, men's Royal Rumble match. Who you got?
God.
It's difficult, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's difficult. Here's the deal. There's 4 people in this match that I feel are pretty probable of winning it, and
the front runners.
Yeah, so we've obviously Cody Rhodes, CM Punk. I'd say Gunther and Drew McIntyre are up there, only because now I don't see Drew, and I say Drew, Gunther, Cody, and Punk would probably be the final 4. That's my prediction right there. My hopeful prediction is Gunther gets eliminated by Brock Lesnar, and the rest is history leading up to WrestleMania. That's hopefully my prediction there.
I have. Well, see, that's a good point. There's predictions that goes into the leading up to WrestleMania stuff.
Yeah,
is there are other stories. There are other stories that are going to unfold.
Yeah, exactly.
There are a few I could. Weirdly enough, I could. It might be hard. It might be hard to spin it, but I could even see Finn Balor winning. He's not announced, but I'm assuming Finn Balor is going to be in the Rumble.
You'd only assume so, yeah. For me, it's straight up. It's going to be Cody or CM Punk. We know it's going to be one of those two. Now, there's so many avenues that we could go down here, and
it's hard. It's really hard to justify anybody else.
Yeah, and it's so hard. That's where it gets hazy, because what do you do? So CM Punk. Let's just look at both these options. CM Punk wins, and he goes on, undoubtedly, to go on to face Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Right?
Yeah. Yep. Because if we're getting Roman versus Rock, and we have to assume at this point, based on what we know, I'm going off the assumption we're getting Roman versus Rock at WrestleMania.
Well, what if we got we got Cody Rhodes? Obviously, that leaves Cody Rhodes with nowhere to go, but obviously Cody could then award him. So I could easily see, and I don't know why they wouldn't do this. There's no reason why you can't have Cody versus Rock versus Roman in the main event of WrestleMania as a triple threat. There's no reason why you can't. Because to be honest with you, we were going to have Ronda versus Becky at WrestleMania, and they injected Charlotte to make it a triple threat at WrestleMania 35. So there's no reason why that can't be done again. But at the same time, I get it. We all want to see Rock versus Roman like that. We want to see that as a singles match. I'd love to see that in person live. To be in attendance for such an iconic match would be
fantastic.
It would be kind of like that, years ago, WrestleMania 18. It would be comparable to The Rock versus Hollywood Hulk Hogan when the crowd were losing their shit. It would be no different. It would be a similar match. It would be a similar atmosphere, and I'd love to see it.
It's going to be. It will be deafening in there if we get that match.
Yeah, but then at the same time, I really want to see Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns second time round. I really want to see it.
See, I don't.
Cody has to be the guy in my eyes to beat Roman Reigns. I don't see it being anyone else, and he
very well might be. Yeah,
he very well might be, but
not at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think it could even be at WrestleMania 41 at this point.
It could, right. Remember, we're still all of my predictions for anything goes up. It follows the trajectory that Roman Reigns is beating Hulk Hogan's record of 1474.
Yeah.
And on Friday the 13th of September, that's 1475 days.
Yeah.
Then the clock is really ticking.
Yeah. Then we're like 1 minute to midnight and Roman's reign after that point.
So for me, the only avenue for the winner, because if Cody were to win the Rumble, he wouldn't be going after Seth Rollins. He'd go after Roman Reigns again. and that's not going to happen. Otherwise, otherwise Cody loses again, and they're not going to do. And I just don't think they're going to do that. I think this is one of the stories that happens within the Royal Rumble. You know, there's a lot of other things. It could be CM Punk that eliminates Cody Rhodes, and then maybe it's Cody set. You know, then there might be. Then you could have Cody versus CM Punk later. But I think out of the ones that are the most likely, CM Punk is the most likely
CM Punk's the most likely to win the Rumble,
because they also want to utilize all of his potential right away in the event of anything doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Whether it's just, hey man, you've only got me for 2 years, so let's maximize everything in these 2 years.
Now I
think it's the easiest method to get, and it's also the easiest way to get the belt off of Seth in a clean way.
Yeah, and obviously we've got the fact that Seth has a knee injury at the moment. So
Seth has a knee injury. He's gonna, and he's not. There's the other question. There is no World Heavyweight Championship match
at the Royal Rumble.
There's no women's title match yet at the Royal Rumble either.
Nuh-uh.
So we don't know.
Have you seen anything of Raw yet? By the way,
I've seen absolutely nothing except Seth's suit that he came out in.
Okay, cool.
And once again, King Troy knocked it out of the park.
Cool. Well, I won't say anything about that. Then I don't want to spoil it for you. But
yeah,
but
I'll be watching it. I'll probably watch it right before.
I will say
the session tonight.
Yeah, definitely the Seth segment, and the Cody CM Punk segment is. I mean, obviously 23 days into the new year, but definitely contender for promo of the year.
Nice
already, so definitely get on that.
Nice.
But
everything is super hot.
Yeah. So Seth. We're looking at. I reckon we've got the other avenue. If Cody Rhodes wins the Royal Rumble, then obviously he's going to go straight after Roman Reigns, which again leads us again to CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. I think that's going to happen regardless of whoever wins the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
It's just really what we don't know is where Cody's going from here. Now, Cody, if he doesn't face Roman because he doesn't win the Royal Rumble, I could see Cody versus Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. I think that would be a great match. I think
there's an avenue for that.
Because I think Gunther is he's made that Intercontinental Championship it feels like a world title now on his shoulders. So to have Cody Rhodes go after it, the world title guy, the guy that's after the big title, to go after the Intercontinental title, it only does more for that championship to have someone like Cody go for that championship.
Out of a grudge, not necessarily because the IC title is his goal, but out of the grudge of them eliminating the other. I mean, I could see a Cody versus Drew McIntyre angle where, if they cause each other, if Cody eliminates Drew might get back in the ring and eliminate him. A dusty elimination. That's then you've got a grudge match rivalry. It's easy. Drew can easily be the heel in that angle because he's still pissed off he's still got beef with Cody.
Yeah.
Over the Jey Uso stuff and all this. So there's lots of avenues. We could get Cody. We could get a Cody AJ Styles. Because there's also going to be people interacting from the different brands. We could see Jimmy and Jey Uso in the Royal Rumble together again.
Yeah.
And then what's going to happen?
Well, that's that. We're all sleeping on that, but obviously, I'm hoping that we do lead to Jimmy versus Jey for the for WrestleMania. I mean,
we could definitely.
We've all forgotten about it because they're on two different shows, and I feel like they're both floating around at the moment. But that's a perfect match for the two, and the perfect place to start that rivalry again is the Royal Rumble. Get that motor going for the Royal Rumble.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think solid. I mean, I think, well, with what we've talked about just now, we've kind of predicted our Royal Rumble plans, like our WrestleMania predictions as to kind of the card we're looking at.
Yeah, to some degree, for sure, because those are the major things that I could see coming out of it.
Yeah,
there's also the inevitable. Everybody wants Gunther versus Brock.
Yeah.
To happen. So that's another altercation that can happen within the Rumble again.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of things going on. There's I have a feeling we'll see some guys like Braun Breaker, probably Ilya Dragunov in the Rumble too.
Yeah, I'd like to see Baron Corbin would be fun. I'd like a brand new biker Baron Corbin coming out.
Yeah, Biker Baron is badass.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys from NXT that I'd love to see. Trick Williams would be great to see. Yeah. It'd be great is to actually, if you had Trick and Carmelo in the Rumble and Trick eliminates Carmelo, that would be a good way to lead for them to having a match at Stand and Deliver.
They still haven't resolved that angle.
Yeah, so
I thought they were just gonna drop it, like just at one point just ignore it. And I think they kind of have, or at least I haven't seen.
Well, I think because Trick and Carmelo are now in the Dusty Cup, so they're kind of teaming together again. But I'm sure that's all going to fall apart.
It probably will.
Yeah, so I think right now they're just like, oh, everything is okay again. But I'm pretty sure the main event of Stand and Deliver for WrestleMania weekend is going to be Trick versus Carmelo. Yeah,
it's going to be the turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is probably smart because I think people were getting a little bored with it. It did seem like that angle was dragging a bit.
It was a slow plod, so give it a pause for a bit and then bring it back again would be a good idea. And plus, it would be great to start an NXT storyline at a WWE pay-per-view, a PLE in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
It'd be a good place to put some eyes on that match, and then on NXT as well.
Yeah, I mean, we know we're getting the inevitable Trick versus Carmelo.
Yeah,
we know that's coming at some point.
But yeah, I think that kind of takes us to Rumble and WrestleMania and
the only other things that we haven't really touched on where we see going to Mania are both the tag titles.
Yeah, well, I think what I'd actually quite like maybe at WrestleMania would be a great time to introduce maybe brand new designs and a unification of those championships.
Yeah.
Kind of like they did with the women's championships like about 10 or so years ago now. It would be a good time to do that, and I think it would be great. Maybe I could see them having like a fatal 4-way kind of tag team situation, for like two teams from each show, maybe. That would be something good, like Judgment Day versus Viking Raiders, DIY,
if the DIY and Street Profits.
Yeah, it could have even Sammy and Kevin could get back together and
if Sammy and Kevin get back together, because Judgment Day took the titles from them.
Yeah. I mean, so there's a lot of avenues you can go. There's a lot of great tag teams, and that could be a fucking amazing match, like a tag team fatal 4-way for the titles at WrestleMania. That could, with the people we just mentioned as well, that could get fucking crazy quickly.
Do we think we'll see NXT titles defended at WrestleMania, or is NXT having its own?
NXT will be having Stand and Deliver.
NXT is having Stand and Deliver.
Yeah.
During WrestleMania.
During WrestleMania weekend, yeah.
Oh, right, it's Saturday afternoon.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What do we think we'll see women's tag titles
at WrestleMania?
At WrestleMania,
I believe we will, because I think
they kind of have to, right?
They have to, and I think we're not in that era anymore of just leaving shit off the show because I think I think
they have to.
Well, let's look at it this way. This is the very first WrestleMania without any involvement from Vince McMahon. Last year there was involvement by the sounds of things on not so much on night 1, but more so night 2. But this year, it's going to be the very first WrestleMania without any involvement of Vince McMahon, and that is
supposedly.
Well, definitely. I mean, he's not involved in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, but he still has his son-in-law's phone number.
Oh yeah, I mean, fair.
You know what I mean? Like,
but as
he could just be like,
at the end of the day, from what I can tell, Triple H is a man of his own thoughts.
I know. I'm just saying. Like, I'm sure Vince is, even without him being a member of anything, I'm sure there are people that still hear his opinion.
Yeah.
On that.
Yeah.
But who? Like, I don't. See, this is what I hope. I hope from between Royal Rumble to WrestleMania, we get some good eyes on the women's tag division. And
they're trying their best right now to prop it up. They really are.
I think if they go, if they can get the tag titles, Damage Control, the other members of Damage Control.
Yeah, you got
should be contenders.
Damage Control could be contenders. I know it's not the greatest of teams, but Ivy Nile and Maxine Dupree is a great tag team that could happen. You've got Chelsea Green and Piper Niven.
Piper Niven, yeah.
You've got some guys. You've got some tag teams in NXT that could be brought up as well. So
true.
There's places you can go with this, and you've not got much time to build it more between now and WrestleMania, but there's more you can do between now and WrestleMania, and it won't be the most looked forward to match of the night, but it's definitely a match that people can get into, and I think it's just a work in progress as far as it goes for the women's tag team division.
We could also see, I don't want to throw this out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
I know they keep teasing it, but we could absolutely see the rest of Damage Control finally backing Bayley properly. And we could get if Bayley wins the Royal Rumble and they convince Bayley to face Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
We could leave WrestleMania with everyone in Damage Control
with a championship,
with a title.
Yeah.
Except for Dakota Kai.
But she's injured, so that's fine.
But she's injured. Yeah.
So you totally could. That's another avenue you totally could go down.
That is a possibility, and I don't think any, but yeah. But I don't. But see, I don't know if the fans would buy it. It would require the help of Damage Control to beat Rhea Ripley.
Exactly. Yeah. That's definitely what would be needed. But I mean, in my eyes, whatever her match at WrestleMania, Rhea Ripley's winning because she's just.
I think so too.
White hot right now. She's not only the future of the women's division, she's the future of the fucking company. She is huge. She's she's huge for the wrestling industry. Not only she's just a star, and she's so fucking young, and it's just unbelievable the height she's risen to in just this short space of time.
She understands the business.
Yeah,
she understands her character work. She understands so much about just getting over and getting other people over.
Yeah,
she puts everybody else over in the ring with her.
Oh yeah.
It's phenomenal. She is definitely on my Mount Rushmore of WWE superstars of all WWE superstars of all time and space.
Yeah,
Rhea Ripley is a Mount Rushmore contender.
Yeah, and she's only 27 years old, man. She's born in 1996. We've watched
most of the year I graduated high school.
Most of the PLEs we've watched for this podcast have happened before she was born. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah. Oh my God, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, she's got potentially another fucking 20 years ahead of us. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, who knows where she can rise to heights that no other woman has honestly, ever before.
Yeah. Certainly.
Yeah.
Speaking of looking ahead of what's ahead,
Yeah.
or whatever you said. First, before we do anything, let's take a pause because I need a bathroom break.
Go for it, man.
All right, we'll be right. Yeah, we'll come back.
Tuck in here to this fruit and nut bar. Excuse me, I unravel. Not sure if Ralph can still hear me, but have a good pee if you can.
I can still hear you.
He can still hear me. See, I don't get this luxury because I am wired to my computer. So I'll never get to pee while Ralph is talking into my ear unless when I come over for a Wrestlemania and I'm peeing. And you want to just talk in my ear while I do it, that's up to you. But that's the only way it's going to happen. Don't do that, though. That'd be weird. I like you a lot, but I don't know if I like you enough to do that.
We're not that close.
We're not that close. Yeah. Yeah. I wish we were, but hey. One can dream, huh?
Oh god, these are gonna be some good outtakes.
One can dream. I don't know what the hell. I'm just gonna talk. You know what? Right before we came you know what I'm saying, recorded. I found a band called Drain. If anyone wants to hear a brand, like a newish band, they've been around since 2017 by the looks of things. I'm not sure where they're from. Doesn't quite tell me where they're from. Oh, they're from. Nope, that doesn't say where they're from. But they're called Drain. From Santa Cruz. There you go. That's where they're from. They're more of like a hardcore style band, but they're a bit more on the punk rock side of things, I'd say. Kind of more punk rock leaning hardcore. They're called Drain. And they did a really good cover of Good Things by Descendants. Yeah, just found those. They're on Epitaph, if anyone wants to know. Good band. Got a couple of albums. There's also another band I found called Angel Dust. They are kind of they were kind of related to Turnstile, if anyone knows who Turnstile are. They're a fucking brilliant band. If you don't know who Turnstile are, then shit. Educate yourself. But Angel Dust, I think some of the members in Angel Dust are some of the same members in Turnstile. I may be totally wrong on that one, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. But they're pretty good too. Angel Dust, check them out. They have a new song called Space Jam. I say new song, it's on their newest album. Came out last year. It's not very new at all, actually, but it's a good song, and you can check those out. Called Angel Dust, but the S is a $. There's that. Feeling like this point. Oh, there he is. I was about to say, is he taking a shit or is this taking a while?
No, I've been back for like 2 minutes. I was just listening to you quietly talk about bands that you listen to. We'll see how long it would take until.
Yeah, I'm done now.
That's the proper prick punk.
It's got to be something else with P. Yeah.
Proper pricks punk.
Fuck! There has to be something. Profile.
Profile. Yes. Proper prick punk profile portion of the podcast.
Or pics. Punk rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Proper prick punk pics.
Oh, we should definitely do that every week.
There we go. We figured our new bit in there.
There we go. There's a new bit. I'll get a couple of bands every week. Well, there you go. There's my two this week: Angel Dust and Drain.
There you go.
There you go.
The first ever on the fly.
On the fly, but now it's a thing. That's how most things have happened on this show, to be honest.
It
just kind of happened, and then we go like, oh, we should do that more often.
Yeah. I know we should come into these episodes less prepared, more.
Yeah,
more
I think
frequently.
that's honestly where the magic happens. Were you going to say anything before you left, and then?
I probably was, but I probably lost it now.
Oh well.
Next week, of course, is going to be our review of this year's Royal Rumble.
That's right, which is this weekend.
Where we celebrate being absolutely correct in every one of our joint predictions.
That's right.
We have the possibility with you and I agreeing on every single winner. We have the first possibility in the history of any PLE of both of us being 100% right.
Like the fucking oracle, we're like oracles, you know?
Yeah. Yes. Oh, dude, that'd be a great like tag team name too.
The oracles.
Although we've already got our tag team, the Crown.
The Crown, yeah.
Fuck, remember that? Remember the Crown?
Remember that?
Remember when we tried to make that a thing in the Comedians of Wrestling group, and just like nobody bought into.
Yeah, it's one of those things. So stop trying to make it a thing. It's not a thing.
Yeah, stop trying to make it. Yeah, no, we made it a thing. We made sure it became a thing. It is our own. We made it a thing in the way that we learned the best way to make things is make it your own thing.
Yeah, right. Next week is obviously the review of the Royal Rumble, which is happening next weekend, which I'm going to be watching from a hotel room in Edinburgh, which is going to be great. In the coming month of February, well, we haven't yet decided
what
our schedule will be, but I'm sure we can talk about that off air, and then next week we can go about our schedule of February and let everyone know what we're doing. But we'll obviously, I'm sure Elimination Chamber will be involved in a lot of those plans. But for
is
February.
That because Elimination Chamber is the next WWE?
That's right. I don't know if it's February or March when it's happening, but we'll figure something out. We're obviously going to have some stuff to fill up that time with, and then obviously April is going to be a bit more of a WrestleMania themed month, heading up to WrestleMania.
Well, yes, of course.
So yeah, we will. Yeah, let's do that. I don't know when, but we'll decide. I guess next week we can give out like our schedule for February for what the episodes are going to be. Yeah. Let's do that.
Let's do that. We will do that.
Yeah.
Other than that, if you're listening to this, then you should also be following us on all of our social media platforms, and you should be leaving reviews on those platforms as well, because that is a nice thing to do to things that you enjoy. Instagram, Threads, and TikToks at Punks Talk Wrestling. Patreon.com/Punks Talk Wrestling, where all of the unedited and extended cuts will be available for your listening pleasures.
And if you like reels, well then, boy howdy, we got some great reels for you to enjoy.
We're cooking it. Those reels are cooking.
We are cooking up some fucking reels lately. They're doing great. I'm really happy. It's crazy that the last reel I did has got like 1,100 fucking views and like 70 likes. I'm like, what the?
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's shitloads.
That's a big number for people that nobody knows yet.
Yeah,
basically, like, you know, that's some good numbers, good engagement for the. I don't want to say the little amount of work, but like, because it's not little work. I'm not diminishing the amount of work, but I just mean like.
It's actually surprising the amount of work that does go into it, because not only do we have you having to edit the podcast, but then having to put together these reels actually takes a surprising amount of time.
Yeah, it really does. Like, I wouldn't be shocked that, like, it would. I wouldn't be surprised that if it took a couple of hours overall, just because. Also, just fitting it into your schedule, like, you know.
Yeah. So I will definitely. I have to give a shout out, to be honest with you, to my girlfriend. She runs a business. Yeah. And obviously, with running that business, she is all over social media, and she knows so much about reels and what time to post things to maximize your. And fuck, I mean, honestly, there's a clear distinction between me posting it willy-nilly and doing the things that she told me to do. And since I've been doing the things that she told me to do, the reels have been like popping off. So big thanks to her. She knows what she's talking about.
Yes. Listen to women.
Yeah.
because they're all smarter than us.
Yep.
But mainly listen to people that know what they're talking about because they have a proven track record of. And
that's why
success.
You should listen to us about professional wrestling because
that's why exactly. See, that's why you listen to us about professional wrestling because we have a proven track record of being correct.
Yeah.
And even when we're not, we're still somehow right. I don't know how. I don't know how it works. Like again, I don't make the rules. I just live in the universe. We don't have to explain it.
It's just if we are right, we just are. I don't need to tell you why.
It's like faith.
It is correct. Yeah.
It's like a faith. This is. Yeah. You just believe it to be true, and it is
not
true.
A cult. Not a cult. It's not a cult.
Not a cult. Not a cult at all.
No.
Definitely not a cult.
It's not what this is. Yeah.
Right, because we're not. Because we're totally not a cult. That's what That's what you say. That's what you have to say when you're.
That's what you say. Yeah, you have to say.
We're totally not.
It's like the Ministry of Darkness wasn't a cult. That wasn't a cult.
Yeah, the Ministry of Darkness. That certainly wasn't a cult. But if you.
Yeah.
I don't know, but maybe we should make it. Maybe we should be a cult, though. Maybe there are some benefits to being a cult that we haven't fully explored yet. I mean, I'm talking about a good cult. I'm not talking about the bad cults. I'm talking about a positive.
All right, here we go. Right.
The cult of positivity.
Tell me a good cult.
Our cult, the Punks Talk Wrestling cult, is the best cult
ever good cult.
We can be the first ever completely positive cult. Like the only thing that you'll get out of being a member of our cult is gratitude, recognition.
I don't know. It's completely aside, but almost on a related note and nothing to do with wrestling. But there is a. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he was actually on Jimmy Kimmel last night. But whoa, what the fuck happened to my mic there? That was weird. He was on Jimmy Kimmel last night, and his name's Dusty Slay.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, so he just released. I haven't heard of him before either, but he just released a Netflix special on Netflix. He's a comedian.
The new exclusive home to Monday Night Raw starting whenever that happens. That I'm so looking forward to.
But yeah, he's a comedian, and he's basically does this thing. He kind of plays a little bit of a character while he's on stage, but now and again he just goes, oh, "We're having a good time. We're having a good time," and he just says that at random points, and he just says it, and he's positive that if you just tell yourself you're having a good time, no matter what's happening, you'll just have a good time.
Yeah. Anyway. I think we've got everything. I mean,
I think we do have everything.
I think we hit up everything that we've got to hit up.
There's nothing left to talk about.
This was a quick one. This was a hot pocket of an episode. You pop it in, pop it in, pop it out.
I've had Hot Pockets. I'm aware of these.
Dude, Hot Pockets used to be. Hot Pockets were my go-to, like when I still had a microwave.
Yeah, what's those Pop-Tarts? They're kind of like sweet Hot Pockets.
Yes, Pop-Tarts are basically breakfast Hot Pockets. In a sense.
Right? Yeah, in a sense. Yeah. I've had those.
Yeah, there's also... I love those. I wouldn't even toast them. I would just eat them, just regular.
I've had them cold. Yeah.
There's no reason. They don't need to be heated
Sometimes you can cook them too much and the inside get like molten lava and they're way too fucking hot.
Yes.
So.
Well, Hot Pockets especially. It's like
Hot
ice.
Pockets.
It's still, It's still.
Have you ever had an apple pie from fucking McDonald's? Those things are.
Oh, dude, those things were deadly.
Yeah,
those things.
You could put those in a nuclear reactor, and they have
the core. Yeah, they just open a portal to the 7th level of a furnace.
It's like something out of Stranger Things. I've been rewatching Stranger Things, by the way.
Pour some lava back in that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, Hot Pockets and apple pies.
And other hot things pocket-shaped things with hot things in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we done? Did we done? Are we finished?
I think we're done. Yeah. I think that was the end of the podcast just then.
Oh boy! All right,
it just happened. That's it.
No, that's not it, because that just gave me another idea of a match that they've never had. A type of match that they've never had.
Okay.
Was a match. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know how the stipulations are going to work yet. But there needs to be a match where they have to like an escape room setup, where you have to solve puzzles while fighting in order to get to like the championship or something. I don't know. I just thought of it just now.
Welcome to Punks Talk Wrestling with CJ Newman and Vince Russo, apparently.